Welcome to Crappens. Don't wait a week for a new video. Join our Patreon at the Crappens On Demand level for instant recap access. Link in description. Enjoy the show.
Hello and welcome to Watch Crappens, a podcast about all that crap on Bravo that we just love to talk about. I'm Ben Mandelker, and joining me today is the ever wonderful and hilarious Mr. Ronnie Karam. Hi, Ronnie.
Hello,
how's it going?
Ben. How are you?
I am fabulous because we're recapping Vanderpump Rules today. And by the way, later this week, we are going to be participating in Netflix is a Joke on Friday at 9:30 in Hollywood at the Kookaburra Lounge. It's actually the opening night of the lounge. It's Katie and Walter, who are our band. They just are our band for the Crappies. They are the Crappers. They are opening up a comedy club, and opening night is on Friday. So we're really touched and honored that they invited us to be there for opening night, to perform on opening night, and also that we get to do it for Netflix as a Joke. So please come and join us for that. It's going to be a great time. Go to watchforcrappens.com to get your tickets. I think there's only like 20 left. It's like a very, very low number. Maybe it's even sold out. You know what? Who knows? But we are also going to be in Europe. Obviously, we're going to be in London, Birmingham, and Dublin. I say obviously because we talk about it every day. But we're really excited, and that's really around the corner. So join us for all these shows. We're going to have just like the best time. And of course, patreon.com/watchforcrappens. We are doing Craps on Demand. You can watch us in video. We have a fun time. Our bonus episode this week is going to be Vanderpump Villa. So if you like this Vanderpump content, there's more content on Patreon. Oh, and lastly, I forgot to mention for our show this Friday, we are going to do something a little different, but it's going to be super fun, which is that we are going to recap an episode of House Hunters. It'll be like a live Dwell Hello. We think that everyone will really enjoy that because we always have a hell of a time doing it every other week. So we will have details about that episode coming up. Like we'll announce that on our social media. So keep an eye and an ear out for that. And that is all that is fit to print. Let us get into Vanderpump Rules.
Vanderpump Rules.
So,
Here
big
we
trip.
are.
Cast
So,
trip.
yeah, it's a vacation. Vanderpump Rules has not had the best luck with their vacations the past couple years. Let's think back, shall we? The last one they had was Reno. Not Reno. Where was it? It's a place like Reno.
They went to Tahoe. They went to Tahoe.
They went to Tahoe. Last year, we had Katie's girls' trip from Purgatory. I wouldn't even call it hell because I feel like Hellfire is more exciting than that trip, that girls' trip they took. Wasn't that also to Tahoe?
Wait, the girls' trip was to Lake Havasu. They're really hitting the regional Southwest.
Yeah, I don't need to list them all because I can't even remember them because they were tepid.
It's like, but then it's like all Mexico.
Yeah, this one wasn't very promising going in. How did you feel? Did you feel like they were just going to let rip roaring, cut the cord, have a great time?
I don't see this cast meshing with San Francisco. It's like a weird thing. First of all, it's cold and foggy up there at all times of the year. And this cast is like a warm weather, fun in the sun kind of group. So I thought that was going to be already like a bit of a culture clash just with the weather. And then also just like people up in San Francisco are just like, well, there's like a Northern California, Southern California rivalry where like people in NorCal hate SoCal, and people in SoCal, I think, don't really think about NorCal in that way that much. But NorCal people hate SoCal, and Vanderpump Rules is like the epitome of SoCal. So you send them up there, and you know that everyone up there is gonna be like, gross, people from Los Angeles. And on top of that, they're also not gonna know what to do. It's like, oh, here's a city full of like culture and sophistication. Like, how do we do this? Like, what do we do with these bars? And then there's tech bros. Like, tech bros are like the Sandovals of technology. So like there's that going on. So I had low expectations for this as a destination for this group.
Well, you were correct. So let's get into it. So we start at Something About Her, which is a restaurant that we're pretending is a thing. But I did hear that it is opening. It's opening in May, which of course is when they start shooting because, that's how we roll. But that's cool to hear that it's opening. I'm glad. I always believed it would open. What about you? I'm going to say that when Jesus comes, by the way. I always knew Jesus was going to come. I always believed it. Even though I kind of don't. Let's be honest.
It's going to be an open-faced sandwich. They should actually have a tartine or something that's like, we're finally open-faced sandwich. I mean, I always knew they would open because is it really that hard to open up a sandwich shop in like a -3 square foot space?
Yes.
But
with Los
it's West
Angeles
Hollywood.
laws, yes, apparently it is.
Yeah. So I thought for a moment that they weren't going to be opening because someone posted a TikTok of it being like a gallery space, but it's opening, so that's cool. Like I'm excited for them. I've been excited for this for like 3 years, like literally 3 years. I've been wanting these sandwiches.
Yeah. Well, guess what? You're going to get them in May something or other.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's going to happen. Might not be with Chef Penny, guys, which we find
No, it's
out
definitely not.
a little bit about later. But right now we have everybody's favorite personal assistant, and behind the counter, it's Ariana and Katie. Oh my God, I can't believe it's you. I don't even know if I really work here, but it's good to be here. I just wait here behind this POS system, hoping I get to see celebrities, and here they are. Hold on, the bus is stopping. Everybody get out your camera, okay? This is their personal life. Don't make them feel uncomfortable. Click, 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 click.
Yeah, Anne is so excited. It's never really even confirmed that she's working there. She just is there. She's like, hi, oh my God, I can't believe it. They're here in the flesh. I don't have to post photos with those cutouts anymore. It's amazing. So the place, though, is still...
Yes, Ariana, I will do your grocery shopping gladly. You don't even have to pay me. I know you didn't really hire me as your personal assistant, but I'm practicing on this tuna hoagie.
I have an idea for a sandwich. We can call it the Ann sandwich, and you guys could be the bread, and I could be in the middle of the sandwich. Oh my God!
So there's an awning lying across the dining room, and Ariana's like, remember when we thought we'd be opening the restaurant right about now? Well, we were so young, so naive. There were so many code violations. The city made us demolish our patio. Hold on. I'm a cover band today. Let me sing a Katie song. Hold on.
She goes, we're basically at square one, which is funny because there's like a restaurant called Square One. And so they are like literally so far from it. So then producers like, so when do you think something about her will open? I'm going to impel myself the next time someone asks me that question. Like basically, it's like cut to basically Lisa Vanderpump in 5 seconds. When are you going to open? So Lisa walks in, and then Anne, who is so excited for like Ariana and Katie, is like, Lisa Vanderpump, nice to meet you. She has she's like left that counter. It is just like a cloud of dust, and she is already just like up on Lisa Vanderpump's face. Hi, it's me, Anne. I'm the new assistant. Well, I'm the old assistant. I was fired, but now I work at the sandwich shop. I'm basically a sandwich. I will stand out the front with the twirly thing, and I'm gonna throw it in the air and be like, sandwiches here, sandwiches here. It's nice to meet you.
Darling, where do I recognize you from? Is it the back of a milk carton? No, I would be so honored. I love milk. Milk is so great. Have you ever asked Milk to sign your autograph? I have. I literally have. Was it in the post office, darling? Was it your picture above one of the cash registers? Haven't committed a crime unless the crime is loving you. Take me to jail.
Ariana's like, yeah, no, Anne's working with us now, and I feel like it's like a really good fit because we're just like a female-centric business, you know, women supporting women, pushing out other women, bringing in new women, that kind of thing. Women fighting over trademarks, women having contract issues.
We're a women-centric business, specifically younger women who don't try to steal LLCs from other women. Okay.
Women who aren't named after very small currencies.
Yeah. Women who are named after things that still exist and are not just rusty in the bottom of fountains for wishes that never came true for literally anybody who ever threw one in there.
Give a woman, take a woman, but not that kind of woman, if you know what I mean.
In Penny's case, there was something about her, and it was very, very smelly. So we got rid of her. We hate her now. She's dead to us. But these women we support. These women. So LVP's like, oh, and it also gets kind of back at Tom. Poor Tom. Do we have a sandwich yet named Forgiveness? Is there? Let's serve that up, shall we?
Anyway, new person, nice to meet you. You can stop hugging my leg at this point. So
I love blue. It's my favorite color. Also, clouds are so funny. Do you think God shapes them on purpose, or do you think that we're just pretending that they're shaped so we can try to understand them better? All right. When I said nice to meet you, that meant leave. Leave. Get off of my ankle strap.
that's rich person talk for get out of here. So Anne goes, all right, well, I'm going to go organize something in the back. We don't have a back, Anne. Okay, Anne, we see you're pantomiming, putting things on a shelf back there. Okay.
And that's my trunk. That is my trunk, Anne. I'll just be back here in the storeroom. Don't forget me.
And we don't have an elevator, so I don't know why you're even trying to pretend like we have one. Oh, she's missing behind. Look, she took the elevator below the counter.
I left my key card out here. I can't get out of this glass box.
We have to get Anne out of the box. Sorry, Lisa, we have to do this every day. All right, Anne, we freed you.
So when are the doors opening? And they're like, well, the contractor's coming over tomorrow because there's some health department issues. Oh, darling, who doesn't have health department issues? Have you seen Joe? Joe started his first day with gangrene. Darling, he's still there. The health issues are it's like putting salt on the food in this town, darling.
I mean, health, everyone's so specific about health. I mean, is it so wrong that you leave glasses of water from one table for the next guest to sit at the table? People talk about communal tables. What about communal water? So wrong.
I'm married to a health violation, darling. He's in a Rod Stewart wig and he buzzes around the house on a Roomba. So many health violations. Sounds like excuses to me. All right, now I know what he's doing. He's gonna come. He's gonna come fix your drain. He's gonna put rollers on the refrigerator. You know how I know all of this because I've spoken to Penny. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. He wants to have a talk with Mommy Lisa. Mm-hmm.
We don't talk about Penny. So they're like, You guys aren't speaking to her, though, are you? Naughty, naughty, naughty. That's like going into Tom Tom and not taking in the beautiful swinging pendulums of Maestro Nicolaid's work. How could you?
And they're like, yeah, well, Katie's like, well, she proposed that she wanted a salary plus a percentage. And so we sent that to our lawyer. And Ariana's like, yeah, and we are the sole owners of this business. And she's like, but she's going to be a partner, right? She just told me. Partners in crime. The three amigas. Ladies for ladies. There's something about them. There's something about us. There's something about we. There's something about Penny's friends. I just all the new names of the restaurant up in lights. I'm seeing them already.
And they're like, no. Oh, so she's not going to be a partner, so I can't Trojan horse all my ideas into this restaurant. Well, I shall take your voices and your souls. Good day. Oh, psh, magic.
Might be the wrong time to tell you she's hired Max. She's hired Max. She's hired Max. Max just shows up in a hairnet. I heard you've got a drain problem.
Anne walks in the costume as a drain. I'm the drain. I'm a little drain, short and stout.
So, yeah, Chef Penny tried it. Basically, what I've heard, and I think this comes from Katie being on maybe Danny Pellegrino, or she was on something.
Or maybe her own podcast. I know she was on a podcast and talking, spilling the tea about Penny, right?
Yeah. And yeah, they have a new podcast, her and Dana. It looks good. It's doing really well. They did a photo shoot. They look very pretty.
They're professionals.
I've seen their photos. So anyway, they what was I going to say? Stop making me think
they were
about
actually
Katie's
shot by
podcast.
Ann Geddes.
I'm like, now what's happening there? Do I need to listen?
Do you know that their photo shoot was by Ann Geddes? It was literally they said, Ann, get us. We need a photo. Okay, I'll be right there, Katie.
She's like, okay, I'm going to make you guys look like funeral cabbages, like babies dressed as funeral cabbages. No. So she was talking about it. Apparently, what's her buns? Chef Penny copyrighted their name. Something
she
about
has the
her
trademark.
under her
she owns
own
the trademark.
Yeah, she has a trademark. And so I guess she's holding the trademark hostage, so they're going to have to sue her or something. I'm not sure. But then somebody else in the comments, because, I learn everything from Reddit comments, so I don't know what's true and what's not. But someone else was like, well, they hadn't trademarked the name, and she told them to trademark the name, and they hadn't done it, and so she trademarked it, and she has an LLC, so she just did it under that. So I don't know if it's actually something nefarious. Now, knowing Penny as I do, and that is not at all, but only from television, and television shows like the Food Network's next TV star, where Penny was a very sexy themed chef. I will say I don't trust Penny as far as I can throw her, and I can barely throw a remote control. So
yeah, what people who have not watched that season that she was on don't realize was that she was the villain that season. Chef Penny was a villain. And I need to go see if they have old episodes of that show on Max, because if I could, I always think about the photo shoot that she did where she either was holding up an apple or a pomegranate, and she held it up to her face because she's like, I'm Chef Penny, and my culinary point of view is that I'm the sexy chef. And then she like put her back to the camera and then held the apple up, and it was just like, it was so strange. And Susie Fogelson was like, this is uncomfortable. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. No. Susie Fogelson flapped her hands, was like, I'm not really understanding the apple. For
not
everyone who
feeling great
remembers.
about this. Yeah, that was some awkwardness. But, leave it to Vanderpump to just take something that could have been gone a long time ago and just keep shoving it in our face. Her other one is on the show right after this, Jax. So we can all go enjoy that later. Although Jax has a much better track record at entertainment than Penny does. But yeah, guys, Penny, I get that somebody is like, I'm helping you create this restaurant. Lady, you're making a caprese sandwich. You did not invent that, and you need to get your hands off that fucking name, okay? That name is bad enough that nobody wanted to trademark it, okay? That's why it wasn't trademarked. Just leave it alone. Literally, nobody is going to steal the name something about her, okay?
No one is going. Honestly, and if they have to change the name, I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, we all say it. We all know it. I mean, it definitely has been some good brand awareness, but like just... I don't know. It's fine. It's fine.
We've decided.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
It could help, is what I'm saying. Okay, so let's see here. But yeah, also fuck Chef Penny. And I hope these two get their shit together and stop letting, Food Network witches run over them. Also, something that's not pointed out here, Chef Penny was brought to them by Vanderpump herself, okay?
Yeah.
Vanderpump is shoving Penny in their faces, so I think Vanderpump should take care of this. This isn't right to just be like, make Penny a partner. What did you tell Penny? Did you tell Penny that she was going to get to be a partner? I'll bet you did. I'll bet you did, ma'am.
We're going to drive by that sandwich shop, and it's going to be renamed A Penny for Your Thoughts.
A penny for your Peter. A Peter for your penny. Peter Penny. Peter Penny. Peter Penny and Neverland. Neverland with Peter Penny.
Spelled Pita.
Yeah.
Peter Penny for your thoughts. And it'll just be Penny dressed like Belle from Beauty and the Beast. The basket.
The completely wrong fairy tale.
Come on, Penny, get it together.
Peter Penny, starring Belle from Beauty and the Beast.
Max is dressed like Rumpelstiltskin. They're like, oh, come on, you need some consistency with these fairy tales. So Ariana's like,
red donut hood. My right donut? Donut's like,
oh, I bet Penny loves Little Red Riding Hood. I guarantee she loves putting on a big red cape with a hood. Ugh, that's probably her favorite.
Okay, so they're still talking shit about Penny. And they're basically like, yeah, she came in here and tried to gouge us, And Katie's like, well, we brought her on to be the back of the house, but we're having a little trouble seeing eye to eye what her role's going to be in our business.
She was just supposed to be there with caprese inspiration. So Lisa's like, so do you want to part ways with her? Do we think this might hurt her? Is she going to be my newest broken bird? And Ariana's like, yeah, that's what we're trying to figure out. Well, I'm sorry about that, because I know she really, really wants to be involved and then give me all the insider gossip. I know she wants that. Lisa goes, I've always had a good relationship with Penny, and she can help the girls. For goodness sake, she's helped me. And then we see a flashback of Penny helping Lisa Vanderpump, and we see it looks like it's at the Tom Tom tasting. And Lisa goes, oh, I hate food tastings. I get fatter and fatter. And Penny goes, well, if you don't taste it, how do you know what it is what you want? And then that was the clip. I was like, that's Penny helping you with your restaurants?
Penny told
Saying-
you have to actually taste the food before you open the restaurant. Wow.
It
She
does
really
explain
is a
so
magician.
much. It explains
It
so
explains
much about the food.
Yeah, it does explain the food at those restaurants, for sure.
Because you often are like, did anyone even taste this before putting it on a menu?
Literally. You're like, oh, the busboy did, because there is literally a bite taken out of it. Anyone else? Anyone in charge?
She's revolutionary. Her approach to restauranteering is unlike any others. She says you actually have to eat the food before you prepare it for people. Amazing.
She made me eat calories.
She made me taste Joe's beet soup.
So then we go over to Kyle Chan's store, and Sheena's like, hello. And they are getting ready with the 27s, okay? My last good year. To do this show for Kyle Chan, because this is the year that Kyle Chan is going to happen. Come hell or high water, fucking Kyle Chan is going to happen. Someone's going to make Kyle Chan happen, okay? Look at how much we've learned about Kyle Chan this year. We know he's homosexual. I never knew that before. Do we know that?
I assumed, well, I always thought he was. Do we know that he's
I think
homosexual?
he has a boyfriend. I don't know. Didn't he have a boyfriend today? I think he did.
I don't know.
We know that he's a good friend. Okay. I literally forgot everything we learned about Kyle Chan. Fire him.
I feel like Kyle Chan
Chan.
and Penny have some sort of cruel intentions thing going on, and they're racing to see who can actually become a cast member first. And now Penny's face a setback, and Kyle's like, ha ha, because, you know, Kyle was like undermining Penny by putting like little whispers in Ariana's ear and Katie's ear, like, you know, she's not very good at what she does. It's just like a crazy sandwich, you know? And he's like, I shall be the new friend of officially.
The new sandwich at Something About Chan. It's called Blood Diamonds. Pita. But that doesn't even have a ring to it. Okay, how about this? Blood Diamond wraps.
Diamonds are a girl's best sandwich. So there's an internet personality.
Blood gorditas. Why are you obsessed with blood, Kyle Chan? Just stop it. Saw a Leo DiCaprio movie. It really started my journey. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, it was full of so much adventure, but also political intrigue and Jaimin Hansu. So there's an internet personality there named Pete, and his name is spelled P-E-E-T, like Pete's Coffee. I'm like, was that Pete of Pete's Coffee? And then he doesn't say anything the rest of the time, but he got a chyron. So I just wanted to point that out, that there was someone named Pete with his name spelled incorrectly.
He wasn't an Amanda, so I don't care. Okay.
Yeah. So Sandoval shows up and he's locked out, which is always fun. And he walks in, so Sheena crosses her arms, being like, I'm angry. A-P-P-L-E-S. How you like them? And she's like, is Tom performing too, or is he just helping with this? I kind of thought this was going to be like a Sheena Shea Marie, like, solo gig right now. And he's like, no, dude, I'm just helping, man.
Kyle's like, well, I was thinking since he's done like 30 shows, he's pretty good at knowing, you know, what we need at events since we're not hiring a manager just for that. I mean, you know, look at Tom. Do it all himself, Tom. You know, Tom loading in, doing all that. Tom hired a high school band to do everything for him. How the hell's Tom going to know what to hook up, what PA to hook up? I'm not buying this.
Yeah. He's like, yeah, man, I can definitely help out for sure. Like, you can tell me like if you need something, and then I probably won't get it for you, but I will get you some like cool purple lights. So like, it'll be awesome, man.
I do have a glow-in-the-dark lightning rod that you can wear around your neck if you really want to. If you really want to make this a sick event, bro.
And he tells us,
Kyle very specifically has been there for me. Hold on. Whoa. Hold on, everybody. I'm feeling things. The camera's rolling, right? Oh, Kyle's been so good to me.
He has been there for me more than anybody. And so if there's like anything that I can do to pay him back outside of actually paying him money, I'm like, yes, man, yeah. It's like, I owe him a lot. He got me this like awesome ring. And he like saved me like $35. It was like, awesome, man.
they're like, are you crying? He's like,
Oh, he's one of the coolest motherfuckers around. Don't take him away from me.
shut up, Tom. So Sandoval gets Sheena sparkling water, kind of sits behind her, and she's like,
Thank you.
Kyle's like,
Hold on, I'm working on my voice. Tomorrow's a big deal. Hold on. Thank you. Apples.
SBARKLING WATER. What'd you think about that? It's like, Sheena, you don't have to.
CHICO. How you like that?
She just spells out all the food items. So Kyle's like, well, I'm super excited. I'm just like a little worried about like of what happened at the pool party. So you guys want to talk it out with your best friend Kyle Chandler right here? Like, suck it, Penny. You don't get to mediate any fights. So Sandoval's
Guys, I know it's been rough, but you know what is rough? The life of a diamond before it becomes a diamond. Guys, let's squeeze this like coal. Let's get this squeezed right now, guys, until it becomes sparkling again, just like your friendship used to be. Kyle Chan. Ding.
And you know what? If you guys can just like squash this, then afterwards we can have lunch at Ruby Tuesdays jewelry. #jewelry.
So Sandoval's like,
Okay, well, I'm sorry for bringing up that shit from years ago. You know, that you were a dumb slut who cheated with Eddie Cibrian. I shouldn't have done that, and I want things to be good with Sheena.
and she's like,
Like, literally, the only reason why I wasn't going to put that song out last week, because I was like, Tom's definitely going through it now that this podcast has come out. Like, you literally made me reconsider whether or not I was going to put out APPLES. Okay, it's like a big deal, because like that was like a hypothetical, and it really hurt my brand.
I love Sheena talking as if she's like about to like push back the drop date of her single, like program managers across the nation at like our Heart and like Citadel or whatever, or like, guess what? We're gonna have to pause on our big rollout for the Sheena Shea single.
Bravo's like, oh my God, we've already put Below Deck Sailing on hold. Now what? Don't do this
Taylor
to
Swift
Sheena.
is like, but I already moved my Tortured Poet Society release based around APPLES. I can't move it again.
Tortured Corner Society. Corner!
It's me. Hi, I'm the corner. It's me. Corner.
So
She's like, yeah, but like, I was like, Tom's going through it because that podcast came out and the song was never about you. Okay, like I did throw a line in to make it about you to capitalize off of you after the fact, but like there wasn't a line to capitalize on you from the beginning.
and he's like,
Oh, guys, it's not the end of the world, I guess. It's just that, like, everyone's so mean to me, and, like, why are there, like, lines drawn in the sand, you know? Like, relationships never end well. Why isn't my relationship just like everyone else's?
seriously? I can't waste any time explaining to Tom how this was worse than a relationship just ending. But if you want to know, Raquel's showing up to Stagecoach in clothes she probably stole from your girlfriend's closet while she was banging you. You fucking weirdo. Did you see that?
I heard about this. Yes. I mean, it just never ends.
And someone asked her, where'd you get that shirt? And she's like, I don't remember where I got this shirt, but I probably just got it from some random store one time. And now there's going to be a special episode. We're all going to hear the Amber Alert sound on our phones and look down. It's going to be like, Rachel Goes Rogue has released a new episode about why she wore the same brown shirt Ariana wore one time to Stagecoach. Well, I was looking in my closet and I had to go to Stagecoach and I was putting something on because you wear clothes places. And so then I put on a clothes and then people were like, why are you wearing that? And I was like, because I have to wear clothes. It's the law.
We interrupt this podcast. This is Bethany Frankel, producer of Rachel Goes Rogue. I just want to say she would have worn some skinny girl clothing, but it is all sold out because it's very popular. So I don't know. I'm not saying it's creating demand, but if you want to buy some skinny girl clothing, get on the wait list. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, that was traumatizing. Right back after this commercial break.
Almost as traumatizing as my divorce from what's his face. Yeah, we got divorced, and I'm gonna release 3 episodes. Oh, they're gone, just like my clothing.
So, where are we? Okay, so he's like
Sheena's
being
crying.
a victim as usual, and Kyle's like, guys, I'm not saying that everybody should forgive Tom, but he's so alienated, and you don't need to torture him either. It's like,
I would definitely like to be able to move forward, where we're not like throwing each other's past in each other's faces. That would be nice.
And Kyle just starts going, yes, yes. And Sheena goes, I mean, I don't hate you. Yes. And like, I don't want anything bad for you. Yes. And like, I miss you. Yes. I miss you too, Sheena.
I'm not yassing you anymore. You've taken enough of my yasses, but I'm excited. I'm happy for you. I'm glad I could facilitate this, Kyle Chan. No one is as friendly as Kyle Chan. Ding.
Feels great being just one of the gang. So then we go over to Lala's apartment, and Katie comes over because it's Lala's birthday. So Lala's like, can I tell you something? I was just like thinking about, I hope that like Sandoval doesn't think he's like invited tonight. Because like I need to call him to let him know he's not invited tonight to my things tonight.
And Katie's like, could you put it on speaker? Because like I want to hear what you say to him. And I'm like, what is he going to say about it too? She's like, hi, Sandoval. She's like,
Hey, hold on a minute. Oh, sorry, I just had to finish that riff there. All right, got it down. Sup, love?
He's like, yeah, I'm here with Sheena and Kyle Chan, best friend Kyle Chan. Yes. So Lala's like, oh, so it's you and Sheesh. Okay, that's like a little weird that you guys are being together because last time I saw you together, you were ripping each other's heads off. So that's sort of like weird to see a little bit.
yeah. And Kyle Chan's like, you know what I hear is weird? Rubber wedding bands. People really should give those up. Diamonds are important.
Sorry, just an opinion of one best friend to another best friend. So Sandoval's like, he's like, hey, well, you know what? Ever seen pottery where they like break it and like glue it together with like gold? That's what we're doing right now. And Katie's like, I'm into crafting and even I wouldn't do that.
Well, where am I? Okay, so Lala's like, I respect that. Can we leave my big 3-3 out of the gluing of the pottery? And he's like,
Oh, well, I wasn't invited. I mean, I wasn't going to come.
she goes, yeah, well, I felt like you deserved to FaceTime rather than a text message. I'll see you guys in San Francisco. You're not invited still. Oh, Tom, hold on. Can I speak with Kyle for a second? Kyle. Yeah? Hi. I can't believe you're asking to talk to me. This is so Sapphire. Fire. She's like,
Sapphire.
Kyle, Tom's not invited to my party. It's like, damn it, you're such torturers.
So Kyle's like, did you just get like disinvited before you were invited, bestie? He's like, I mean, like, that was nice of her to put it that way. Am I right? Am I right? High five, everyone. It feels so great to be part of the group. And Sandoval's like, yeah, man, I'm used to it. Well, I'm having a party. Yeah, it's like, I'm having a party. Like, I don't want you to come. Like,
That was cold. Period. Ought. That's a gem for August. It's my birthstone. Okay,
Got
so
it.
then Lala and Katie are now walking to the party. Is this the same place they had the party last year? Remember when Lala, I thought it was her birthday, and she yelled at Raquel, and then Raquel went
that was on
outside, and then Lala came back out and was like, I've been the mistress. I don't want you to be the mistress too all the time.
Yeah.
Is the mistress.
no, I think that Lala's party last year's was on Sunset Boulevards, and this one was on Melrose Boulevards.
Well, I don't know how they found a dead person who does burlesque, but this was a ghoul, right? Was this person living? What do you think?
It was Chef Penny. She's like, I'll get in the group one way or another. So basically, it's like Lala, and she has like, it's basically Lala and like gays and various hangers on and whatnot. And Lala is just like, she's like, oh, hey, everyone. Well, I feel like every year that comes, I become more and more fucking badass. And like most people are terrified when they hit 30s. And I'm just like, oh my God, where are my nests? This is like what it feels like to be a woman who really doesn't give a fuck. Be soft with me. Be soft with me because I'm soft right now. Be soft with me. I don't give a fuck.
I'm soft right now. You guys, hold on. Her crying on Instagram Live with her giant fingernails and her just like putting her fingers straight up like finger guns and then like dabbing her face like this. She's like, guys, I have babies now. I'm so soft. People are so mean to me on the internet, and I'm so soft, guys. I can't be any softer, guys. Please don't be mean to me on the internet. By the way, I stand by everything, you fucking bitches. But I'm soft, guys.
This is the face of someone who doesn't give a fuck, but I'm softly don't give a fucks. So Jenna is there. Jenna's having a big season. She's had 3 scenes this season. This is probably the most she's ever had. And she's like, so Lala, what do you wish for your birthday? And she's like, I just want to have a positive and soft pregnancies and then just like win custodies and just like have a great year, you know?
Yeah. And she tells, I think you already did that line. So she's like, yeah. Okay, so then they go to this place and Schwartz shows up and he's like, oh my God, this is sick. I've always wanted to come here. It's like burlesque. This is crazy. We're going to see boobies. I can't believe it. And so then this is when the dead person comes out and dances. I don't know if she's lit like this, if she took a bath in milk. I don't know what it is. It's jaundice. It's like a milky jaundice. I don't know what's going on over there, but I'm scared for
alabaster.
This person. How is something about her getting shut down for an awning and this is okay? I don't mean the nudity. I mean the clear violation of the health code with whatever is going on with this person's skin. She looks ill. Very pretty person. She looks very ill.
Yeah, she was very, 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 very like porcelain white. So she,
but
she's
I think
doing
it
her.
was makeup. That's why I'm making fun
I think
of
it was.
because I'm not just making fun of someone's skin tone. I think that they're purposely putting on that. I don't know why I'm so perplexed by it and bothered by it, but I really am. I was like, is this on purpose? Is this like a kink? I just don't get it. Like, is she looking dead on purpose? That's my question. I just don't get it. I don't understand. I feel like the parade has passed me by yet again, and there's something else in the world that I just don't understand. And right now, it's just like looking like you expired a couple of days ago and you haven't been found yet, but you're still somehow doing burlesque routines in a living room.
So this lady is performing, and then of course this is now Logan number 2's chance, and he like leans over and goes, "She's still wearing more than Lala." So then Brock, meanwhile, we learned something about Brock. So he's like very bashful. He doesn't want to look at the dancer. And he goes, well, I was raised in the Mormon church until I was 14. Then it turns out I've discovered that the Mormon church was actually just a bunch of cows in the pasture. So it was all a lie. So there's a small little Mormon boy in me that gets very uncomfortable when there's a woman dancing around me or a cow that needs to be milked.
Yes, you're very innocent, Brock. Okay. Can we go back to talking about your butt toys that Sheena packed on date night? Come on. Come on, you dirty guy. So then the dancers now are pouring water on themselves. Again, health code violations. Like, I feel like the health code violations are aimed at the wrong places. That's all I'm saying. And then after the number, Schwartz is like, whoa, are you going to go to Tom Tom's show? You know, I think that would be really great, guys. Everybody easing into the Tom pool. Come on, guys. Sandoval. Woo.
Well, I can't because I don't want to spend 4 nights away from summer, so I'm not going to go. But James is going to go, and Lala's like, by the way, Ariana, I just want to get a little bit of credit with you because I told Sandoval not to come tonight. So I think I'm the better friends, and you know, if you want, I can throw Sheena under the bus. In fact, let's do it right now. So Sheesh, tell me, why were you hanging out with Sandoval? Did you hear that, Ariana?
I would say Kyle Chance going over the performance for Friday in Sandoval, I guess, is like making sure all the equipment for the band is good to go. And basically I said, like, I'm going to need a microphone and some APPLES. So.
And like, he just like apologized to me. I just said like, I miss you. And he had like tears in his eyes. And I was like, I miss you too. And so like, if we could just like move forward in a way that we're like not going back to the past and potentially getting me a gig on Dancing with the Stars, I have like nothing else to say to him.
Yeah.
So
and during this entire time, Ariana's just like, she's sort of like in the background and she's just sort of like rolling her eyes and making faces like awkward, whatever, loser.
This whole thing cracks me up so much because Sheena's whole thing, and I think one of the big things she goes off at the reunion about is like, Ariana didn't protect me when all her stans were coming at me, accusing me of trying to make up with Tom and just forgive Tom. And then at BravoCon, she got in a lot of trouble because she was caught going into a party in Tom's room. And so she was like, oh my God, everybody's like crucifying me. It's not that I'm friends with Tom, guys. I'm really not. I mean, you had a party and I went by to say hi. No. She's like so spineless that she was doing it this whole time. All this time since the show shot, she's been like, everybody's accusing me of being friends with Tom again. That's just not the case. It is the case. Why are you such a liar? We're going to see it on the TV. I mean, I get you probably don't want your house egged and everything else, but it's just funny that her whole thing is like, how dare you try and accuse me of being friends with Tom? Why are you standing up for me when people are accusing me of trying to be friends with Tom? Yeah, I was with Tom. It was great. We decided that like we love each other.
Yeah.
And we're best friends.
Ariana's like, what is going on? It makes me feel like I'm being gaslit, as if what happened was not as clear as day. And Lala's like, I think that there'll be days where you'll be able to rekindle some sort of friendships. Ariana's like, no. That day will never happen. So she's like, it has nothing to do with me. It has to do with the fact that he repeatedly treats Sheena like shit and doesn't give a fuck about her. That ain't your friend, babe. Dare I say, you in danger, girl. You in danger.
You in danger, girl. So Marina Del Rey, she was like, I love San Francisco.
She's like belting it out, bellowing it out. So she's packing. She's like, it's going to be cold there, Brock. So be careful. It's going to be a cold city. And she's talking about how she's like really excited because there's like a boat that like goes under the Golden Gate Bridge, which is like really exciting because like a bridge and like a boat. And we don't have like boats and bridges here in Los Angeles. Like everyone's like coming together for Kyle Chan's launch party in San Francisco. And like Brock and I want to plan some like fun things. Like it'll be also just like nice to have like some fun time with like Brock. And I feel like we haven't had like a lot of that recently, except for that time we went to the restaurant where they served us like a boombox when we asked for some butter. So like, I don't know, like even though all our friends are going to be there, it's going to be like, right.
Yeah, and Brock wants to do a Roaring 20s party, and he wants everybody to dress like gangsters and finish the summer with a bang. So that's what we're going to do.
Can we please stop? And thank you for not letting them call it the Great Gatsby Party, because you know that's what they were going to call it. And Vanderpump was like, oh, wait, don't step on the toes of Vanderpump Villa.
Yeah, because Vanderpump Villa has a Gatsby party. This is a Gatsby party. And of course, the beautiful and wonderful musical has just premiered on Broadway, The Great Gatsby, which I encourage everyone to go see.
The only Gatsby party I could allow in my life.
That's the only Gatsby we're allowing, is the one that Dom choreographed.
Yeah.
Well, actually, for real, like, because it's one thing when, like, ooh, Broadway people put up a beautiful set and it's all Art Deco. It's another when you see, like, Brock putting on a bowler cap. It's like, let's just, let's, like, leave Gatsby to the professionals at this point.
I don't know. I thought he was pretty cute.
He looked like he was in frickin' Clockwork Orange.
Love it. Hot. Into it. So she's like, have you ever had rice-a-roni? He's like, what's rice-a-roni? Like, she literally just said it, okay? All you had to do is repeat, Brock, okay? So she's
I've
like,
had wallaby-a-roni.
What? Say it again?
I've had wallaby-a-roni. Is that the same thing?
I've had rice-a-roni. That's when it was time to pay for my children, and I started running towards the airport. Does that count? Does that count?
It's the Alice Springs treat. So
go so low just for a rice-a-roni joke. Really not. My God. So
did people ever call you Rice-a-Roni growing up?
Of course.
Did they?
Yes, of course. Yeah, those
People are so
commercials were on
unimaginative.
all the time when I was a kid. So Ariana, and now guess who we get? Dan. It's Dan's first main episode, everybody. Welcome. Dan's like, hey.
Yeah. Dan,
Hey, I'm Dan.
he's very sarcastic. I was not expecting that.
I wasn't either, because he's got such like a goofy smile on him where he's just like a slack-jawed smiler, you know, where he's like,
Yeah.
hey, and then he says something really shitty, and I'm like, whoa, was not expecting that, Dan. Was not expecting that, Dan. Welcome to the table. Have a seat, Dan.
I know. I don't know what I was expecting. I was expecting, I think, someone more earnest, because he's like a personal trainer, right? He's like a trainer, and he also likes his family. And, you know, personal trainers are very, very earnest about everything, because they're always posting. Oh, yeah. They always are posting things like, you got to be the best today, because you know what? Nothing in life is promised. And so you got to just put in the work. The dues are paid. It's Monday. No Mondays missed. They're always, you know, they're acting like just because they're doing their job that makes them motivational speakers.
Yeah,
Always.
you love that. You love a good word art salad on top of a picture of a hot guy without a shirt.
It's like a CPA filing someone's taxes and being like, no Tuesdays missed. Sometimes you just gotta show up. You gotta do what you got. It's like, shut up.
Yeah. Be quiet. Keep your shirt off, and no one's here for your mental training, okay? We're here for your personal training. I'm not even on your Instagram for your personal training. I'm just here to reap the rewards of your personal training, which is pictures of you without your mouth moving, okay?
Yeah.
Stop your flapping, sir. Okay.
So I just
Be hot.
assumed that Dan was gonna be like, whatever you need, you know what? Like, life is about positivity. We're gonna make those gains, and it's gonna be great.
I
But
feel like
instead
they're
he
all
was
Real Housewives, aren't they? They're all like Real Housewives taglines. Like, some people like their cats, but I'm always in the fast lane. Personal trainers always trying to have something to say.
they
Just
always-
take off your shirt.
yeah. Just take off the shirt. Stop trying to.
By the way, don't ever click. I don't know if your Facebook serves you this, but I had this Facebook thing served to me that was this guy with the biggest butt. Okay. And he was like a personal trainer guy, of course. And he was kind of bouncing up and down, flapping his butt. But it wasn't like twerking. It was just showing like how much he works out, I guess. And I made the mistake of clicking it because, they only show you like a second of the video. And I'm like, well, what is his butt doing? I have to see. And now all I'm served on Facebook are really muscular, hot guys who I guess it's a thing. That's what they do. They're hot for a living. And then they just kind of vlog or whatever, where they're like, yeah, guys, today I made spaghetti. And then the comments like, I love you. I'll make spaghetti for you every day, big boy. And it's just like everybody's mom on Facebook, like hitting on these really hot guys. And I guess that's a living. That's a living.
Oh, it's all over. It's all over.
So cool.
There's a really hot guy who. There's a really hot guy who I start to follow, and what I appreciate about him is that he's hot, and his Instagram is really just about him being hot. He's not doing the thing like, yo, man, we got to figure out Ukraine. He's just like, I'm hot. I just want to look hot for you. That's my role in life. I have this 2-year window, and I'm going to do it. And I appreciate that. Window? We all know. I appreciate that.
He's like, I'm almost to the point of not being hot, so.
Yeah, I appreciate that. There's no bullshit about like, it's Tuesday, got to start that week. Is there tea? Oh, I thought the tea kettle was going.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was getting fidgety. My friend sells these fume cigarette things. Well, they're air. It's like flavored air to replace vaping. And so I'm like sucking on this fume thing. It's good. It's like flavored.
We love fumes.
It's like a little fidget spinner.
All right. So Ariana and Dan go on a date and they order some food. And Ariana's saying that she's never been in a long distance relationship. And she's playing it by ear. And the distance like forces you to take things slow and get to know each other. And you can't just be like fucking, which is funny because it's like, Ariana and Tom were dating for like 10 years. I would say that's also taking it pretty slowly. I say that as someone who's dating someone for 10 years. So Ariana is very excited that they're going to be flying on a plane together tomorrow for the first time ever. And she's like, yeah, everyone's going to be there. And, like Sandoval won't be at the Friday activities, but like Thursday, everyone's going to be there. Like, she's basically like, brace yourself. Sandoval's going to be there. And he's like, awkward.
Yeah, he's like, I'm good. It's like, but he might say hi to you. He's like, yeah, I'm good with that. I'm good with that. And so she's like, it would be great, if you were living here. And he's like, well, look, I mean, I have so many jobs. I'm busy. I work 7 days a week, but it does suck not to see you, but work. Well, guess what they have in Los Angeles? Personal trainers. Okay. The city's kind of built on it. So
it's kind of like the main thing. And Ariana's like, oh, I have to say, I was so looking forward to this. He goes, what? The travel? She goes, no, this, us. Oh, me. It was a joke. So then she's talking about how it's really funny because like there's so many times where she's going to bed and he's waking up for work on the East Coast. And they're like, hi, good night, good morning, da-da-da. And then, she's like, well, he doesn't want to move here, but he's like, well, maybe we'll go to Europe. Yeah, I'm bored.
I'm bored. I think this.
I'm bored myself.
I think this couple
I just bored
could.
Myself.
No, I'm not saying you're boring. I'm just bored with this scene, and I think this couple could work out because I'm bored. And I feel like most couples that work out, I spend 5 minutes with them. Present company excluded, of course.
Oh well, thank you.
But
thank you.
Most couples that are good together, yeah, I spend 5 minutes with them, and I'm like, can I get some toxicity in here? That'd be great. And without it, I just want to leave and go to bed and never call you again. So I think you guys are going to be super happy for a while. Congrats. Yeah. Okay. Congrats. Let's go to Sandoval's show at the El Rey. Why are you trying to do this to us? I know that you guys are trying to have this whole redemption season. this is not the way to do it. Okay. You want the man to not be hurting people's heads. You're going to give half the audience an aneurysm. No one deserves this.
Yeah, it's going to be a Tom Sandoval and the most extras at the El Rey. And so we see Tom backstage and he's playing on his trumpet. And so his mom, Terry, arrives because, of course, her name is Terry. I think like all the moms are named Terry on this show, if I'm not mistaken. And she's like, hey, Tom, how you doing, Tom? Good to see you. And T is there in the green room, does not get to say a word on camera, but she's still there. James Kennedy
doing
shows
an arm
up.
dance like on TikTok. I have to say, his mom being there was so funny to me because, first of all, Tom's trying to be a badass with that trumpet, can't play it still, which is hilarious. I love that he keeps bringing it around for cred, but never learns to play it properly. Yeah. And then they show Terry, and she's like, honey, so good to see you. God, I was just standing out there for everything. Come on in, Mom. It's like, you just left your mom out by the stage door? No one went to get Terry? Terry's probably been texting Tom for 2 hours like, well, they won't let me in, honey. No one really believes that I'm your mom. It would be nice if you'd just please come out here, please.
Well,
the
she's
man
probably
just pooped on the sidewalk. Okay,
well, you know, Terry's probably the type that's like, I don't want to be a bother. I'm just going to stand here. I'm sure someone will find me. I don't want to be a bother. I don't want to text anyone.
I'm just at Mother's entrance.
Mother's entrance. So she was just down the street at Staples by accident. So the concert starts, and this was hilarious because Tom's just singing that Touch in Public song, and he's doing his whole thing, and they keep cutting to Terry in the audience, and she looks like Joyce DeWitt, like at a sale at Marshall's or something. She's just like, and she has this like look on her face, and she's like looking up, this huge smile, like, wow, my first concert, and it's my son's.
She was. It was so cute to see her so proud, especially because she just lost $500,000. So
let's be
it was
honest.
nice to see her find some joy in something, because I would not be at my son's concert smiling that big if he had just blown $500,000. Okay, I'd be there with a shotgun, like, I brought you into this world and I can take you out, motherfucker. No pun intended, because I'm your mother in this scenario. I take that back, but not the shotgun, bitch.
Significantly, Joe is also in the audience, and she's just like bopping her head, and she looks so bored. I'm like, wow, you must be a bad band if you're able to sap the joy out of Joe's life.
Like, the only medication that can calm Joe is this band.
This band.
It's the only anesthesia for Joe. Okay.
I know. This is the first time we haven't seen her like bouncing off the walls and telling stories about turtles. She's like, how's everyone doing tonight?
Yeah, so she's been told to come shoot with Schwartz, and she's not ready, but she's going to be suckered in 2 seconds because he works on her. You know what I mean? It just works for her. And so he's like, hey, want to get some air real quick? I love it. You know what we should get? We should get single people's air. That's where you breathe your own air, and I breathe my own air, and we don't breathe each other's air unless our faces are really close together because we're secretly in love and probably going to have each other's babies. And I don't know, your baby's going to be breathing my air one day. Ah, God, I'm so glad we're not dating. Woo, it's good to be outside.
What if my single air meets your single air and they get married because that air is both in love? I mean, we're not in love. We're both single. We're doing our own thing. But our air loves each other. Our air's in a committed relationship. Am I sending mixed messages? Because our air's in love, but we're not in love. Are you following this? So they go outside in the marquee. They're like, let's look at the marquee. And they're already changing it. You know, the El Rey could not wait to get Sandoval's name off of their building.
No kidding.
They're like, let's get this down. We're going to put up anyone at this point. We'll put up like, I don't know.
The sign guy's like, well, we normally keep these up longer, but our stock literally started falling the second these letters went up on the board. Had to get him off. So she's trying to keep a serious demeanor with him, and he's like, so how's your break been? How many dudes you bang? She's like, Tom! Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I pushed that pedestrian. I pushed you, Tom, into a pedestrian. Tom crossing, Schwartz crossing. Sorry, I'm back. You got me again. All you had to do was joke about me sexually, and I am back in the fold.
Oh, good. God, it's been so awkward lately. I don't even know how to stand. I'm like, oh, wow, ever since that conversation on the sofa where, I broke your heart and I saw all the tears in your eyes dancing around in little circles. Your tears were actually doing dirty dancing. They were doing time of my life with each other. It was amazing. Well, ever since then, I'm like, hello, Joe. How are you? It's so awkward. Am I right? I'm a little boy.
So he's like, I'm glad you're coming to San Fran. Wow, nothing is going to make her feel less led on than inviting her on a trip with your friends. You fucking weirdo.
Yeah, we're going to go eat sourdough bread. We're going to ride trolleys. We're going to go to the most romantic vista and take selfies together and be like, this is what it would look like if we were actually married and went on a vacation together. Oh, sorry for the mixed signals.
Yeah, he's like, no, I don't want to send mixed signals, so I'm just going to make it perfectly clear. And she's like, we are just friends. Everybody needs to know we're just friends. Please say it again. Ha! Tom Schwartz would like to sing a song with the most extras. It's called Only Friends with Joe. Only friends with Joe. Me. Robot. Hinges on my elbow. Why am I doing the robot?
Man.
I can't stop it.
Have you ever dreamt about marrying a robot before? Sorry for the mixed signal. I just really love Small Wonder. Anyway, other people have made it that I can't say things, and I'm really excited that you're coming to San Francisco. It's like, oh my God, you are the most dramatic person ever. Oh, everyone, this is my friend Joe. I'm in love with her. I want to marry her secretly.
We're going to get married in 8 years. And she's like, Schwartz gives me whiplash and it's frustrating. I was like, that's how Katie got like that. Look at Joe's energy in this scene, like when he gets her amped up and she's like, oh my God, you're great. Look at us. And then look, after 5 minutes with Schwartz, it cuts to her in the diary room and she's like, he gives me whiplash.
Yeah, she turns into a sad sock puppet. You know when sock puppets are sad, when people make sock puppets sad and they're like, the fingers go down over the thumb and they're like, oh, that's what she sort of turns into.
Yeah, that's what you say Sheena's face is like. You've always said Sheena has sock puppet face.
I mean, I think it may just be an LA thing. It's sort of that's what happens to people out here.
Or a Schwartz thing. I think that's what Schwartz does to you. I mean, look at this poor girl. She went from that to in the diary room. I mean, look what happened. What have you done to Joe? Bring her back. So, she's like, whatever, this fucking guy. Okay. So then Lala, now everybody's leaving and Lala's telling us, my first impressions of dance, let me put it this way. You can tell he's a great guy and tell me he's a great guy all the live long days. But I think it's fucking weird that any dude would be like, she's the one, just left her man of 10 years and they still live together. I'm sorry, something seems off with him. You were with a guy who was literally still with a wife and children and a mistress. Please drop it, Lala.
I know. Meanwhile, Lala's going on dates being like, hey, so I have a baby's at home. I just got out of a relationship with a man who balances fried chicken on his chest, and I'd love to squirt all over you. So I'm just saying she's one to talk about, people just have different situations. So they get on a plane and everything, and then James is rapping in a seat. He's not rapping. He's just going, San Fran, you say what? San Fran. I'm gonna do that at the San Francisco tent in Coachella someday.
So Sandoval's like,
oh, the last thing I want to do is make people feel uncomfortable, especially that huge smiley boyfriend guy. But I am intrigued. But I'm going to be very low key. Hold on, I'm going to mind my own business over here.
I'm
Big
easy
trumpet.
like Sunday morning, 'cause I'm easy. Lionel Richie's like, leave my work out of this, please.
the windows of the van are all busting in.
Sunday morning is now canceled. We just go from Saturday directly to Monday. So everyone shows up at the hotel, and this cast, it's if you ever wonder whether or not they actually live in the homes that we see, I now question it, because the way they jump on beds and get so excited about sofas, it's like they've been living in caves for the past 10 years. They're just all jumping around. Schwartz throws himself on his bed. He's like, oh, it's a bed. And he throws himself on it. And then he goes, oh, it's not that soft. Oh, oh.
So Dan's spending the day alone. He's like gonna get a workout or a massage. Oh. And Ariana's like, yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have a fun day with my ex-boyfriend. So then
He's like,
in
yeah, I
Schwartz,
wish I could be there to see it. Bye. I'm like, I kind of feel like you should kind of hang out with your girlfriend a little bit. You know, is that such a wild concept or no?
I don't know what the deal is, why they're bringing him, but he's not hanging out.
He doesn't want to get dragged into the mess, clearly.
You're
But
dating
then
the mess. I mean, you literally started dating when there were headlines on every grocery store checkout. You can't
Exactly.
You can't get with the mess and then be like, "Oh my God, you're dirty. You're dating a stain." Okay, you're supposed to be a Tide stick.
I
You
just think
literally
that
came towards the stain. Okay,
you came to
Found
Vanderpump
him.
Rules. I just get worried. We see this happen on reality shows where like a guy comes in and then is like, I don't want to be with this. Like we saw it with Tinsley and her man Scott. We saw it with Stassi and Patrick, and they come in and they like deign to shoot a few scenes, and then they're like, I don't want this, and then they drag the person away from it, yada yada yada. So I'm just like a little like I feel like you have to accept your person for who they are. So I don't know. He seems nice so far. I like him, but I was a little bit like,
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you need to be part of the mess. Like you're coming onto the show, you're the new boyfriend. I need to see you give attitude to Tom. That's why you're here. Okay. Drop the fucking massage, sir. So then Schwartz goes to Sandoval's room and he's like,
Dude, why are you wearing shorts in San Francisco?
he's like, oh, because I'm from Minnesota. Once it's 34, we're wearing shorts and marrying our best friend. Just kidding, Joe, wherever you are. She's like, I'm under the bed, which is just such a coincidence. I did not hear that. Do not talk to me. We are just friends. Good night.
Kyle Chan appears also. I'm under here too, just one of the guys. Chef Penny appears next to him. It's my bed. And it's like, hi guys, I'm actually in the covers. Everyone in the bed. So Schwartz asks Sandoval if he's met Dan, and Sandoval's like, no, like I should give the lowdown the way that Ariana did to T. And then we see a flashback of Ariana telling T, don't waste your time with a 41-year-old narcissist.
Yeah. Well, she could get away with that because you cheated on her publicly and fucked her over, which she did not do to you. So it doesn't really have the same fun sting. Why are we still focused on him? So then we go to Pier 39, and the group comes, and Schwartz is like, hey, Katie, take my hand. Katie, take my hand. I thought you might have a reflex to grab it. She's like, reflex? You never held my hand.
The only reflex I have is a gag. So
Yeah,
Schwartz
but
is
remember
like,
when you would say, like, Tom, hand me my keys, and I would hand you over the keys, and then you would go to take them, and then I'd drop them on the floor? Huh, I thought you'd at least have the reflex to, I don't know, crouch down and, like, start looking around for jingly things.
So Brock's like, hey guys, we're going to go on a boat. So if you don't have any warm clothing, maybe pick some up at one of these shops over here. So they go and they buy.
Thanks, Dad. Thanks.
Thanks for telling
Thanks,
us how
Brock,
weather
for
works.
explaining San Francisco to the Californians. You fucking hot ass, gorgeous
They all buy tourist hoodies.
piece of art.
And then Brock's like, I honestly didn't expect the chill factor. Well, I told you this. I said check the weather. I said WEATHER. How you like it? And you said literally I like it a little bit cold.
So now they're walking around, and Schwartz is like, whoa, do you think those guys actually escaped from Alcatraz? Honestly, from this vantage point, I know it's bone-chillingly cold. I feel like I can do it, though. I can do it.
Wait a second. Are those purple highlights at Alcatraz? Is that a giant pendulum? It's just like Lisa Vanderpump saying, I rule Alcatraz. No one gets out of here, just like no one escapes, sir. Welcome to Vanderpump Villa.
So Schwartz is talking to Sandoval like he can't believe they're still friends. This is like crazy. And guess what? He's going to commit to moving in with Tom, guys. Which, yikes. What a loser.
Congratulations.
Can't say I'm surprised. Have fun spending the last of your reality TV money that you're ever going to make again on this fuckwit and his future foreclosure. Have fun. Have fun.
Yeah. So now we see some sea lions, and then everyone gets on a boat called Wine Therapy, and they put up these very, very sad plates of food, like some sad grocery store cookies from like Safeway, and like a few like pieces of like pineapple. And then James is like, some fried Francisco, baby! And he starts like twirling on the stripper pole, and he is like, he got coked up somewhere in that tourist trap. Like, I don't know what he found in his hoodie, but he is geeked up and out of control right now.
Okay, so I have to say, this is ranking up there with one of the top exciting vacations of all time on Vanderpump Rules. They go on a weird boat trip where it's cloudy and freezing and the weather's terrible, and so it's really wavy, and they're all about to get thrown off. And just make small talk about stuff. So they're doing that, and Sandoval is reminiscing about how he came to San Francisco on one of their first trips together and went to the Palace of Fine Arts. And Lala's like, that's so sad, because what you do now is like so far from fine or art.
And you definitely don't live in a palace.
What a journey. What a journeys.
So this big swell is coming in, and James is trying to take a selfie, but he gets knocked over by a wave, which was great. And this tiny boat is getting thrashed around in the water, and Ariana's losing her mind because she's like afraid of waves. And then it settles down, and then Brock is like honking the horn because he's like driving the boat, and Katie's like, that's like so loud. That horn is like so loud.
Boys are so weird. They're like, I want to drive the boats. What about that is fun, Kitty? What about it is fun? She goes, like, learn how to fuck a woman before you drive a boat.
Yeah. Katie is just always so fun. But she's kind of right, actually, on this case. So James is talking to Ali, and he's like, Ali Bally, do you want to drive, Ali Bally? You want to drive the boat? You want to drive the boat? Come on, Ali Bally, drive the boat. Ali Bally, you can do it. So nothing's happening, basically.
Yeah. So they see some cuddle puddles, my spirit animal, to see the sea lions. Cuddle puddle. And then Ariana sees Sandoval saying hi to them. She's like, I hope it gets attacked. That would be sick. And then back at the dock, I mean, I don't know, guys.
That would have
okay. So Brock and
great.
Ariana have a conversation where he's like,
Oh, have you decided to stop being an angry woman and forgive Sandoval yet?
basically conversation.
Yeah, and she's like, she's saying like things are better because he learned not to talk to me. And he's like, but don't you see it like do you see it being better in the foreseeable future? She's like, better for who? Like, for whose benefits? Well, I think for my wife's benefit. She goes, well, the woman I care about more than anything, who he screamed at less than a week ago. Sorry, I care more about her than other people in her life that are gonna scream at her like that.
And he's like,
Forgiveness isn't accepting what he's done. It's giving yourself the ability.
shut up. You know who's always preaching about forgiveness? People who fuck other people over. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How about you maybe like make amends in your life before you start lecturing everybody else about forgiveness, sir? Okay? You've got plenty to go do without bugging some lady about forgiving some douchebag who you don't even like anyway.
Ariana's like, the notion that you have to like forgive in order to move on in your life, that's like outdated therapy. Like, gray rocking and going no contact is literally the only way to avoid shit, the manipulation, all of it. It's me. I'm the gray rock. What does the gray rock mean, Ronnie?
I don't know.
Gray rocking?
I don't know, but I was like, Jesus just got served. I'll tell you that much. Jesus is like, okay, sorry, I take it all back. Rewrite the second chapter, am I right? Get a load of that one. Jeez.
Yeah, well, while you look up gray rock.
Forgive me for buying orchestra seats to Chicago. Beesnatch. Am I right, everybody?
Jesus is like, I made Chicago happen for you, so thanks, but no thanks.
Gray rocking. The gray rock method is a tactic people may use to deal with abusive or manipulative behavior. It involves becoming as uninteresting and unengaged as possible so that the other person loses interest. Oh, so it's like me doing porn. It's like me in a sex scene.
I feel like I would call it armadilloing.
Is it over?
Oh, Katie's really been doing that for a while now, huh?
I know.
So-
It's my Katie karaoke.
You guys are so mean to Katie. So Ariana's like, you know what? There's power to me, like in hurt and anger and female emotion, and being able to have that and not being put in this position of you have to take the high road or be stoic or strong in every moment in order to have power. I think there's power in all these emotions, and I stand behind that. And I totally agree, by the way. And Brock
Well,
is
I've said that for a long time. Forgiveness is overrated and rage is motivating. I've always said it. And you know that I live like that. I mean, you hear me raging out here all the time. I don't believe in this bullshit where we just pretend everything's okay. I say let it flow and let it go, or don't let it go. Stew on it. Sometimes that's better. Stew is a delicious meal. It's still served by every mother on the planet. Okay? Yeah. Stew is good. So sometimes it's better. Just let it go. You don't owe anybody your bullshit and polite feelings. Fuck them. If they were polite, they wouldn't have made you feel that way in the first place. So I say, you see a brick, take it to a windshield of the person who wronged you and use it. Fuck them, okay? And if forgiveness is that important, then surely someone will forgive you.
So Ariana's like, there never seems to be any issue with male rage, but female rage, we just love to have a problem with that. I mean, I see, and he's like, well, give me an example of male rage, which is hilarious. And she's like, I see men raising their voices all the time. And the screen just cuts into 4 quadrants. And we see Sandoval, Schwartz, Brock, and James screaming at different people from different seasons. Because that's all the men do on the show.
Just last week, Brock was screaming at his wife at a party, and Sandoval was screaming at Sheena at a party, or his wife as well. They were both screaming at his wife at a party. So it's funny that he doesn't remember that when he's trying to get her to bring up forgiveness based on the last party. It's like, hello.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get it at all. He's like,
Well, forgive me for trying to talk sense to a woman, am I right?
So then it's nighttime, and they're getting ready. And Sheena FaceTimes Brock, and he's like,
I'm at the barber down at the barber. I'm at the barber down the street getting a fresh cut, right?
I want to be the gangster who supplies all the gangsters. They call me back in the day the pocket watch, because guess what? I specifically supply pocket watches. I have I'm a gangster with a very, very narrow definition. I'm just the guy that's like keeps everyone on time, but I'm still a gangster.
So then Lala comes to Ariana's room and downs in a towel, and he's got really long hair now that it's all down, and he looks really hot. And she's like, "Oh my God, Daniel! Why do I feel Daniel's growing inside of me already? Is there something? Do you mind if I just leave this little plastic cup on your nightstand in case you have the urge to fill it later? Just let me know.
I'm softs and now I'm wets." So Ariana's like, "Oh my God, Dan got me a Celsius and put it in an ice pocket. And while I was gone, he ironed all my clothes." I was like, I take back everything. Keep this man.
No, that's why she likes him. When she was talking the first time and she's like, yeah, it's really nice. He does stuff for me. And he's there for me. I'm like, so he's like a personal assistant that you can bang. I mean, it sounds good. I don't know that it speaks to like the longest term, but hey, I think for a follow-up relationship, it sounds pretty good. I mean, he runs errands. And
if he's ironing and then putting like little sodas on ice for you, that's a keeper. So she's like,
a housekeeper.
Still works.
Literally, the best kind.
Yeah. So basically, Dan's skipping out on dinner because he's going to go have dinner with Brad, who's one of Ariana's gays, and he's clearly avoiding the whole situation. Meanwhile, over in James and Allie's room, James pops up from a bubble bath like a little boy, and he's like, "Ha, Allie, bubbles." And she's like, "I am literally crying. Like, that was so funny with like the bubble bath. Like, this is like the most intense bubble bath I've ever seen. It's like this bubble bath is in like Gemini's house of the 7th moon, and that house has a bath in it with bubbles in it. Like, oh my God, I would get like a yeast infection if I went in there."
Like, oh, so you're not going to come to the bathtub with me? That's a shame. I'm just a fun little boy having fun in the bath. Choo-choo. I'm not buying this James thing. I don't know what it is. I prefer James when he's just crazy and not manically faking that he's okay.
Yeah, I was also really upset that they still didn't show footage of a Southwest flight overhead. There were planes in San Francisco. Like, roll that footage.
Truly. I know. All the bubbles start separating. It's like...
So we go back to Lala, and she goes, "Can I tell you something? It's so weird seeing you with someone who isn't Sandoval, like Dan. Was that weird? On like with that being with us or anything like that? You want to say something right now?"
She's like, "So what would you do if the ex comes up to you? What are you going to do?" And he's like, he hasn't done anything to me, but at the same time, I know what he's done.
Yeah. And Lala's like, well, it's fine. You've got a good body. Like, good for you. You work outs. It's like with the real
Lala can't
shits.
concentrate. She's just like, nice bodies. Okay, I gotta go.
And his hair is just like wet and long and just like it's very sexy. So now the group is arriving. Now they're in their Gatsby. It's like this party is like Gatsby, but also gangster, which one could say is Gatsby. But it's like I think it's like, are we doing an Al Capone party or are we doing a Gatsby party? I don't know. Everyone's sort of dressed very.
We're
like,
doing the
half-assed
depression.
20s.
I think this is
I think
like
it
the
is like Grapes of
depression.
Wrath.
Yeah, I think we're just hitting depression at this point. So,
We're just- yeah.
Sandoval comes in. Everyone's in their wacky costumes, and they're teasing each other about their costumes. And Sandoval comes in, and everybody's being nice to him and stuff. And so Ariana, James is like, "Oh my God, you and Ariana are wearing the same shoes, Chom. Oh, is that on purpose?" And she goes, "No, mine are Steve Madden." But Katie, let's go over here and look at a boat. She's
By the
like,
way, I just
"Okay."
Everyone points out, by the way, that James is dressed like a newsie. He has his little cap on, his little vest, hawking newspapers. I think Lala goes, James is like a 12-year-old hawking papers near the Titanic. So Katie and Ariana go and look at the Bay Bridge, and then Schwartz suddenly rolls up on them, and he's like, "Oh, this is a vibe for you two. You guys look like a duo. Sorry if I look a little bit like I'm in pain. It's because I bounced off the bed and it really hurt me. Oh."
So Katie comes. Schwartz and Katie are talking, and she's like, "Yeah, we're supposed to be a duo. We're the new Tom Tom." And he goes, "Look at us, Katie. We're friends again." She goes, "Yeah." And Ariana's like, "Oh, we're all friends, are we?" He goes, "Yeah, it's so nice to hang out with Ariana and just not feel like, oh God, I don't know, I'm gonna be in trouble." I'm not in trouble, am I? Am I in trouble?
She's like, "Yeah, well, I really enjoy it when you act like that." And he's like, "No, I'm still subservient. I really am. Okay, the order goes you, oh no, Katie, then you, then the bed, then me. That's all good." So he's saying how he just like really likes that doesn't have to tiptoe anymore. I'm like, you always tiptoe. I hate to break it to you. That was always your vibe. And he just likes that there's not as much tension anymore. So Schwartz is now just with Katie, and he's like, "Oh, Katie, so you like me again?" She's like, "No, I don't." "Oh, we're friends."
I have a good idea. Katie, hey, Katie. She's like, "What?" I'm looking right at you. But Katie. Hold on. Remember when you used to like when I do this? Are we there yet? Tom! Okay, you want to fuck tonight? We should have one night stand. You know what tonight we should do? I should come to your room and we should just doom scroll. We'll just scroll through bad news and we'll just like not say anything to each other. And then I'll say, Katie, and then you could kind of look in my general direction and go, like that. Oh, it would be so romantic. I can maybe like jerk off silently in the bathroom. She's like, gross, Tom. But she's totally turned on. Like these two are back, guys. They're back.
Yeah. So Schwartz is like, "Well, she's like, that's actually a little bit too intimate, what you just proposed." And she's like, "Yeah, well, it'd probably be better if we fucked." No, that's not true. That didn't come out right. I meant it'd be better if we fucked. No, sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. I think I'm getting sentimental. Oh man, I just miss the best parts of us. I mean, theoretically, we never really had best parts, but if we did, I wish Gordo and Butters were here. They'd make it better. They are here. I've got a tattoo. Look at my shoulder. Talk to my shoulder. It's a safe space.
So then Sandoval pulls Sheena to look at the view, Bill, and they talk really deeply. He's like, "Oh yeah, let's talk about PA systems. Forgot what I was supposed to order. Not gonna order anything. Don't know where to plug things in." So that was pretty much my job. Thanks for being my friend. She's like,
Yeah, because, like, really? We're like friends.
he's like, "Yeah, we're like totally friends."
Yeah, we're like friends. I'm never going to forget how good you are to me, okay?
Yeah, because we're friends.
Okay, everybody, we're not friends. Do not accuse us of being friends, okay? Okay, see you later, friend. Ah!
Yeah. By the way, I know that Dan's here, and I'm sure it's like a little awkward, and like, but don't worry, I'm like not gonna be around. Really? How do you feel about that? Do you almost feel like, hey, baby, oh yes, how you like that? So he's like, honestly, when I found out that he's here, I was like, that's really good because like I was always worried about her mentally. Once my PR team said I should be worried about her mentally. So I'm really glad that she's with someone who could be with her.
Oh God. And she's like,
Yeah, well, I know that she has a very strong no contact policy, but she's also got a very strong no leftovers policy. And he just got her leftovers. She just got a text about it.
Yeah. And like, here's the thing is that like, I also know things that you've said about her and her mental health and the things that she did want public. And is that like something you could actually apologize for actually weaponizing it? But what about me? Jojo Siwa had to carry me. What about that? No, but like, remember when you like said that Ariana threatened to kill herself? Do you remember that? Like, is that something that like maybe you could apologize for? And he's like,
which is so funny because then he came back the next season and stole that for himself to try and get to try and garner sympathy from people.
Right.
Fucking
So
guy. This
yeah, you're right.
Guy, huh?
So she's just saying that she's just trying to make Sandoval realize that exposing private details about mental health is like really bad, and that if he just apologizes, maybe there could be a path forward.
No, Sheena. No. This is not about that, Sheena, okay?
It's like, you know what? That would solve it. If you just apologized for that one part where you said that she was going to kill herself, you guys could totally be friends. Like,
no, Sheena, that's not how it works. Please let's everybody just stop trying to make this happen. It's annoying. It's not going to happen. Just leave it alone. So, Sandoval's like,
Yeah, well, trying to explain where I was mentally and emotionally has come across as me blaming Ariana for things that were Ariana's fault, And no matter what I said then, I know that I screwed up for being with such a vicious, vicious witch of a person. And no matter how our relationship went south, she didn't deserve that. God, I hope Rachel calls me. I really miss her. All right, are we done here? I'm off the clock.
It feels really good to be able to talk like this as friends, which we definitely are like, oh, wait, you said that, Sandoval. Yeah, it feels really good to talk like this. Yeah, it's been like a long time. I just hope that no one accuses us of being friends. Anyway, it's great to be friends again.
And they hug, and it was very heartwarming. I thought this show was going to be over with episode 14. Why is it still going? And they didn't even say next week on the season finale. That means we have 2 more? Come on.
Yeah, I mean, all the seasons lately have been about 16 episodes before the reunion. And, they're going to try to milk Vanderpump Rules because it's, doing so well. So
yeah,
I think it's going to be, I looked up when the season finale is, and Google said most likely it's going to be in June, but I don't believe that. The way they're talking with this, they're like, we're going to blow out the big pole. We're going to blow out this summer in San Francisco. Makes it feel like the season finale is going to happen up here in San Francisco. I'm sure next week there's going to be some party, and then Lisa's going to show up. She's like, well, you didn't think you could have a party without me, of course. And she'll bring Hippie, and James is going to cry. That's my prediction.
Well, we'll find out. Everybody, thank you so much for being with us here for Vanderpump Rules. We sure love you. Go check out Vanderpump Villa on our Patreon bonus episodes. And yeah, congrats to my neighbors for this fume thing. They're really into it. I guess these things are taking off and people are really into them. Go check them out. Go buy some, okay? And say, we love you, fume guys. Ronnie sent us, if they ask you. And I think that's it. Do you have anything else to say? Oh, yeah. Go buy tickets for our shows. The Netflix Comedy Festival this weekend in LA. And then London, Dublin, and Birmingham at the end of May. Welcome to May, everybody, by the way. Welcome to May, guys.
Wild. Bye, everyone.
Crazy. Love ya.